Hello everyone, welcome back to our review discussion for Batman Arkham Knight. I am Dan Stapleton, I reviewed it and I loved it. In this segment we're going to be talking about Batman's new combat moves. I'm joined by Brendan Graber.
I'm Batman.
Our other Batman, Ryan McCaffrey.
So that's what that feels like.
Batman number 3, Destin Legary.
I don't have a witty intro. Hi, everybody.
All right, and so yeah, they did mix up the combat a little bit this time. You know, it's a recipe that has made this series famous. It was my favorite part about it. Really
copied by almost literally every other third-person action game since
Arkham Asylum. Brendan, you have an encyclopedic knowledge of this stuff because that's your job.
Yes, I had to wiki it all on our changes page. We have a bunch of new combat. Predator and also the Batman's all new mechanics, but like you have things like being able to attack people on the ground, pick them up off the ground, do a critical beatdown. You have new gadget moves. You can like cape stun into a kick. You can do the new dual takedown moves with Robin and Nightwing and Catwoman, which work in Predator situations too. There's only one though. There was also like takedowns like for a driving car. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite part was flying over a car and then busting a guy and throwing him out the car and watching the car careen into a wall. They're still fine. But yeah, I loved how many new abilities that they brought to it. Nothing felt overpowered, and they actually got rid of a couple moves. They like his bat swarm attack was gone, but now you can pick up like weapons and you can use like a baseball bat to beat down people. There were the environmental takedowns where you could smash a guy's face into a wall, which cool. Yeah, it was Batman is just being a real jerk of the game.
It's a bad night. He's having a bad day.
Yeah.
Bad night.
But all around, like I loved all the additions, and then all the Predator new moves too, being able to use more gadgets and more gadgets being used against you. There was like sentry turrets and like copter drones, and being able to find different ways to go against all of these new elements. You always had an option, or at least an upgrade path, if you wanted to. If someone was like bring you down, even for the Batmobile segments.
I like that they'd even enemies will now firebomb the air the grates that you'd hide in, or detect you if you use detective mode.
Really adaptive.
Yep. Yeah, they use a lot of denial tactics in Predator mode, which is interesting to me because it's like they give you all these gadgets, but it's like okay, in this situation you can't use that. They even have guys that are invisible to your detective vision, which is crazy.
That's right.
So. Destin, what do you think about the combat in this game? Is it the strongest in the series, or did they add too much? Did they take away some of your favorite stuff?
Yeah, so I've never really been a big fan of Predator mode. Like, I'm okay at it. Well, I mean, it's fun, but like in this game, they added so many things to deal with. You got flying drones, you have people you can't see, you have brutes that you have to take out last, you can't hide in grates. Sometimes the areas are literally like you take out half the group, and then you're like, all right, I got to grapple over to the other side of this map and take out the other 6 guys. And it just seems like it's a little bit too robust. Mm-hmm. And I really liked City. Like, City was like the sweet spot with new mechanics and the old gameplay from Arkham Asylum. And it was just perfect. And this one, I feel like there's maybe a few too many options in Predator mode. Combat mode, I still love. The combat in Batman is phenomenal. It always has been. There's some new takedowns where like you work with the Batmobile, you smash people into the side of a wall. That stuff is so cool.
Well, let's talk about the dual takedown system, because that is the flashy new feature for the brawls.
That was fun.
Yeah, and that to me, it feels very Batman to fight side by side with a sidekick. Like that's something that's been in most Batman stuff since.
I'd like to go on record that I hate sidekicks in all. Like for me, my ideal Batman canon is he is this tortured dude who works alone and doesn't have children, slave labor children working with him, or anyone else.
Like family.
So yeah, but in the game it works brilliantly. Mm-hmm. It's kind of an I win button though.
It is, but to be fair, like relative to previous Batman games, there are just more bad guys on the field.
Yes, very true.
So it feels like they can give you a few of those free takedowns and still not have it automatically win the game for you.
It also works really cleverly with some of the Riddler side missions when you're with Catwoman. Mm-hmm. The way you fight like his robot army is a pretty cool trick of having to switch back and forth between the two of them. Mm-hmm. I actually wish there were more of those those dual missions, but there were only a couple of them in the story, and Batman's was like, no, Robin, you can't come with me. But Batman, no, I do it myself.
which is the Batman.
Which is like, yes, exactly. Like, Bugger off, Robin. I don't need you.
I never thought I would like playing as Robin, the Boy Wonder, as a character, but he has some like the shield bash move and everything, and
They're
I actually
animations.
really like him.
They're like they all fight pretty similarly. I mean, they've got-
Nightwing though, my
Right.
favorite.
They've-
Favorite sidekick.
They've all got. He's his own man.
Yeah.
They've all got their own unique animations, which I just really love watching them.
Yes.
So the complement to the dual takedowns on the Predator side, the flashy new thing there is the fear takedowns,
Yeah.
where you can take down up to 5 guys without them even getting
If
a
you
shot
got
at
the
you.
upgrades, I do think the Predator maps are big, and I think that's what they want you to do when there's like 10 to 20 people in this huge map is take down 5 of them in one go, then do some silent takedowns to get it back. It didn't really feel like it was overpowered because you can only use it once, and then you had to do a bunch of smaller silent takedowns to
You
get
just have
that
to, you
meter
just have
back
to do
up.
one to
thought
small
it was a
takedown.
couple.
I think it's just one.
I didn't like doing it because I felt like I was cheating. Like I wanted like, I'm not there. I'm
Yep.
Batman. I'm not seen. I need to take everybody out. Nobody needs to know I was there. They need to wonder where I am.
I do like how you had to get really close in order for that thing to pop up. Like you couldn't just like walk into like, hey, what's up?
You gotta be like
takedown.
integrate to
Yeah.
activate it or something.
And you did have to remain unseen to launch the attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not like the dual takedown. It's not an I win button, but it is super powerful.
It's a super Batman thing to do. It's just like run in and just destroy people, and they're all like freaking out, firing over the air.
Yeah, and like that, the whole slow motion pick the next guy one is pretty cool because
Yeah.
you do get there's still some choice involved in like especially when you use it to initiate a brawl, you're taking out the strongest threats and then going for it.
Oh yeah, I always aim for the guys with the guns first.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, and do you guys think it's a good addition or a bad addition overall?
I think it's a good addition.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think like there is a elegance and simplicity in a lot of cases, and I worry that they may have added too much, which I mean that
You have knife counters. You have medics now.
Right.
You have medics that can make people electrified. You have the big guys. You have
what?
big guys with shields. There's
But I like-
that's just half the things I can think of off the top of my head.
There are 6 million upgrades you can do to your character in the game, and
Yeah,
you can
that-
counter a lot of that stuff, which I like.
Yeah, I think like the upgrade system is a pretty good example of what I'm talking about, where there's just like too many.
Yes.
You have to unlock each one of those things individually,
Yeah,
and like
that I agree
upgrade
with.
system is a little bit overwhelming.
Yes,
I've said this
for sure.
before. When you're going up against brutes with shields and ninjas and comedics, you feel like you're like an MMO raid boss, where you have this giant party assemble to take you down, and you're just like, there's a medic. Nope, he's done.
Yeah.
And I am going to walk it back a little bit because I do think that this is the pinnacle of the combat in the Batman
I
series.
agree.
I agree.
I think there is a lot of depth to be mined. It's harder to get into and feel like you've got a grasp of it. But at the same time, that's a good thing for a series veteran like all of us because we feel like there's still a lot to learn.
Yes.
I want
Very
more
true.
challenge maps.
Yeah. The challenge map selection is a little bit
I
weak.
was
and-
kind of disappointed with that. There's
that's-
only like 4 of like each.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with the fact they added the Batmobile and like they've got challenge maps for that as well. That it's like that's not as interesting.
All the challenges are AR now, right? Like you activate an AR thing.
Yeah.
It's no
I
longer.
really miss like going into a section of the game where I can just practice the combat because I love doing score multiplier
You can still do it
challenges.
with,
Yeah, still do
the
that.
left button. It loads an AR list. And you can just
okay.
easily do it from there, or you can go find it on the map.
Yep.
Okay.
Or you can do it just from the main menu.
Yeah.
It's the exact same
Well,
thing. as
I know
the-
what I'll be doing. So,
Yeah, I've already put a bunch of hours into just the how big a combo string can you get.
Yeah.
It's those are so addictive. Anyway, so that's what we think about the Batman combat system, how it's evolved in Batman Arkham Knight. Be sure to let us know what you think and stick around for even more Batman Arkham Knight review discussion.